Hello everyone, this is Chuck again. This is number 2 in my installment in my video series called UFOs in the Bible. I'd like to start off by showing you a color print of a piece of art by a world famous artist from my hometown of Blair, Nebraska. His name is Kent Bellows. You can check him out on kentbellows.com. But this is a piece of art called Not From This World. And an interesting thing about this is that Kent Bellows was, when he was alive, actually good friends with the science fiction author Phillip K. And if you know anything about Phillip K. He was the man responsible for writing the book which became the movie A Scanner Darkly. And of course, in this movie, it talks about our authority figures being shapeshifters, and they wear suits that actually change shapes and identities. So there is a connection to Kent Bellows' artwork, which I'm a big fan of, and Phillip K. Dick and David Icke, because obviously David Icke espouses that many of our world leaders are shape-shifting reptilians. But I thought that was interesting, so I wanted to throw that out there. But my first installment of my videos called UFOs in the Bible, I talked about the very first mention of the Lord, and I espoused that the Lord of the Trinity is an alien from another planet. And I told some stories that talked about some of the UFO imagery in the Bible. Now I'm going to read from the book of Ezekiel. Now, this to me is proof positive, talking directly about aliens. And I'm just going to read until I run out of time. Got about another 8.5 minutes. So I'm just going to start reading and watch the clock and see how my time is, because this is really important and it talks a lot about this. But this is the book of Ezekiel, and it talks directly about aliens. And if these aren't aliens, I don't know what are. But here it is. I'm just going to start reading. So here we go. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chebar, that the heavens were open, and I saw visions of God. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chebar, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and they 4 had their faces and their wings. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went. They went every one straight forward. As for the likeness of their faces, they 4 had the face of a man and the face of a lion on the right side, and they 4 had the face of an ox on the left side. They 4 also had the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward, whither the Spirit was to go, they went, and they turned not when they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like the burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl. And they had 4 had one likeness, and they 4 had one likeness. And their appearance and their work was, as it were, a wheel in the middle of a wheel. When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them 4. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went, and thither was their spirit to go. And the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal stretched forth over their heads above. And under the firmament were their wings straight, and one toward the other. Every one had 2, which covered on this side, and every one had 2, which covered on that side their bodies. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the noise of great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of an host. When they stood, they let down their wings. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads, when they stood and had let their wings down, let down their wings. And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of a sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man above upon it. And I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire round about within it, from the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward. I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about. As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness round about. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. When I saw it, I fell upon my face, and I heard a voice of one that spake. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children, with stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God. And they, whether they will hear, or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. And thou, Son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou doest dwell among scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed by their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear, or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. But thou, Son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth, and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent upon me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. Those are the first 2 chapters of the book of Ezekiel. If they aren't talking about aliens, what are they talking about? 4 heads, the feet of a calf. It's all right there in front of your face. All you have to do is open up this book and read it for what it says. So there you go. There's number 2 in my video series called UFOs in the Bible. I'll be putting out more very soon. Have a good one.